This time on Whatever We Want, we talk about
the most anticipated movies and TV shows of 2023. There are time codes down in the description if you'd like to jump around to different points in the episode. We talk everything from Indiana Jones 5 to Trolls 3. Enjoy! Welcome back to Whatever We Want, where we review content across all medias and media, movies, TV shows, video games, and beyond to give you the most interesting behind-the-scenes insight, storytelling techniques, all that jazz, and more.
We go over everything from Disney, Pixar, DC, Marvel. So without further ado, let's jump right into the new year.
Pre-butter, peanut butter, Daniel, happy 2023.
What did you even say there? It sounds so... It says, all I heard was... It sounds like you're like getting ready to
becoming
swing.
An auctioneer. Yeah, hey, yeah, starting off the year hot with some stuttering, you know? You know, why change it now? Well, there's always stuttering. Yeah, this is the New Year. Happy New Year episode. I've got, for our video podcast viewers, you can see I've got a
on the door.
2023 on my thing. I've got this hat that is, I got at Party City, that is too small for my head, so I had to cut the back to fit.
Hey, it works. Do a little spin for me so I can see the back. How much does it, like, splay?
The back? I don't know. Is it a lot?
Yeah, it's a good bit. Oh, that's pretty funny.
I just have so much knowledge up here, movie knowledge that we're gonna go over today. You know that I had to.
Yeah, big brain, Jimmy Neutron moment.
Yeah, I'm not smooth brained. You know, all that stuff. Yeah. So then, I mean, you have your bunny outfit and
yeah, I want to go a little more regal for the new year. You know.
Yeah. You only have a few more holidays. You can use that, and then we got to switch at Easter again to some other holiday thing.
Weird. That's been so... Well, no, because whenever we start doing this... Halloween.
Easter last year. No, well technically Easter.
Well, yeah, Easter.
You didn't wear anything else. I think 4th of July, we might have worn something else because you were here. You wore that hat you're wearing now. Anyways.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Full circle.
Yeah. So, yeah, the podcast has spanned 4 years now, 2019 to 2023. Woo! So,
that's crazy.
Thank you, everyone that's been here with us. I also want to shout out my grandparents for getting me this flannel for Christmas. I really like it and wanted to sport it in the new year, you know?
Before we move ahead, I want to ask you just a quick question, okay? Because I feel like since new year, talking about numbers and all this stuff, I want to ask you, what is your ideal age that you want to live to?
I think you're going to say that you would date right now. I'm like, what?
No.
That I want to live to?
Yeah.
I think it depends on, like, the quality of life. As that feels like a cheap answer, but like it depends on the quality of life. Like if I had the opportunity to like live till I was like 130, but I was just like in a bed for the last 20 years of my life, I wouldn't want that. I don't think. It depends on like there's so many circumstances with like family and friends and stuff, but like I feel like in the 90s, it'd be cool like honestly to live like a century, so you could live like 100 years. I think that'd be cool, honestly, but it depends on the quality of life. Is that your answer? Yeah.
Well, I want to be 102, and
why?
Here's why.
Oh, so you could say you lived in 3 millennias or whatever it is.
3 different centuries.
Yeah, because you were born 98.
Because we were kind of like a nice time for that.
I only have to make it to 101 to do that, so haha.
Wait, how do you have to do it? Oh, yeah, right.
I was born 99.
You're younger. Yeah.
Yeah. How many years do I have left? It's like 70, 70 some years to go. 78 years to go, I think. That seems right. I don't know.
Yeah, a good bit.
Yeah. It's a lot of life to live, you know? Live life to the fullest. New Year's resolutions. Leave us your comments on New Year's resolutions, what you have. I haven't actually really thought about it.
What you won't end up doing.
No. I actually haven't thought about my New Year's resolutions yet because, again, we're kind of backlogging these. This is the last one we're backlogging, so we're recording this technically December 10th. So I still have a little bit of time to think about my New Year's resolution, but kind of want to think about that and
I never really do them, if I'm being honest.
I know. I was talking to my roommate about this. I don't actually, like, really make New Year's resolutions. I just reassess my goals and, like, don't treat them as New Year's resolutions. I just, like, usually take New Year's to, like, reassess my goals in life, and I think I need to do that this year now.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Anywho,
well,
I think that was a good way to start off.
Yeah. Ready to jump into the main segment of the week. So we're jumping into the most anticipated movies of 2023 and TV shows and stuff, but like that doesn't read well in like a title if you put all these caveats. So I think
all the best shows and movies and one-offs and
right. Marvel one-shots and honestly, I really liked the episode we did last year where we just went through that IMDb list of like the 2022 movies, and last week we went over the 2022 movies. So yeah, we're just gonna kind of go through what we're looking forward to this year now. That's 2023.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a list here. Got the IMDb list again and added some stuff to it. Have them in order, but just off the rip, anything that you're like really looking forward to?
I don't have any concept of what's coming out next year.
No concept, nothing. Okay.
Dude, listen.
Blank slate.
We're still recording this in 2022. So for everyone else,
we're breaking the illusion.
I am big boy, busy, big pants.
Yeah, Daniel's got his game and stuff. Okay, well, I didn't know if you happened in your busyness to learn anything about any movies. Dude. I was just asking. All right. The first thing that comes out when this goes out in 2 days. On January 4th, Bad Batch Season 2 starts dropping.
Ooh, interesting. I don't know how I'm going to feel about that.
Oh my gosh, dude. I completely forgot. This is what I had saved this for so long and I wanted to tell you. But because, remember last year, our big thing was Sesame Street was our benchmark of like, would we be more excited to see Sesame Street or this other thing? And that was like our radar. Because Sesame Street was technically delayed indefinitely.
We can use it again.
We can consider it as a 2023 movie. Yes! So right now, with a blank slate, Sesame Street at number 1 for the Sesame Street movie that has been delayed indefinitely is my most anticipated movie of 2023. So starting out, we just have to include that. I just wanted to, Yep. I'm glad you're on board with this decision.
It's a good metric, man. I think it's very concise.
Yeah.
Again, Anne Hathaway, like, come on.
Yeah. All right. So Bad Batch Season 2, above or below Sesame Street?
That's tough.
I think the thing is, I think we have, because we've like made the Sesame Street like a meme, we've elevated it. If I'm being completely honest, obviously Bad Batch is above Sesame Street.
It's way above that.
We have to try to be honest about
Be
this.
realistic and honest.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I'm after last season, I'm not sure how I'm going to feel about it. Because the first season was okay, but like it didn't slap.
You and Matt, when we were talking about all the Star Wars content, I think opened my eyes. I think Matt mentioned on our Disney Star Wars episode a few weeks ago that he and I watched the first episode together and we were like, this is great. This is amazing. Because the first episode was like fantastic, like an hour long movie.
Yeah.
And I think I just got that in my head and I just kind of carried that throughout the rest of the season, not really paying attention to actually how I felt about it. But when I think back, I think it did kind of deteriorate after the course of that first episode. I just didn't really register that. So now that I am thinking about that, I'm like, I'm excited for it. I hope they have good production quality. But yeah, it kind of did end off like with a little like uncertainty, at least in my mind.
No, I totally agree. At the same time, I do like the arcs that are going on, like with them removing the chips and them, trying to figure out what's going on with Crosshair and all that. But yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Next on my list, I've got Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. That comes out February 17th.
I feel like I've been saying this a lot for a lot of Phase 4 movies, but there's a lot of potential to see where things can go with this.
It's actually the first movie in Phase 5 now. We're into Phase 5.
Oh, that's right. Now we are Phase 5.
Actually, that's interesting. I haven't even thought about how that launches Phase 5. So that would be interesting. I'm excited to see how that sets the tone for this next phase, I guess.
Yeah. Interesting.
So I think that's my number 1 right now. Like Sesame Street, Bad Batch, Ant-Man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, this one kind of came out of left field. Have you heard of Cocaine Bear?
Yes.
Yeah, dude. There's a freaking it's like a
movie
trailer
about Cocaine Bear now.
Yeah, it's a trailer that dropped. Apparently, it's based on some real events that happened. But there's the story of Cocaine Bear in like the movie is that there is a bear that like apparently there was like a shipment of tons of kilos of cocaine. And it like they have to drop their load and they drop it in the woods and this bear snorts like 40 kilograms of cocaine or some absurd
just consumes it, dude. Like it just ingests it, dude.
And then just goes ballistic and like on a killing rampage. It's like a horror comedy movie.
Well, okay, and the actual events based off of that did happen where a bear did get like totally off cocaine.
Didn't he die or something like that?
Yeah, no, he died in like, I don't know, 20 minutes to like an hour or something like that because of how much he ate. So he didn't actually go off and kill people, but I love this idea of like
this concept.
Okay, now we have this like murder bear that's going to like.
Yeah, I'm interested to see. The trailer looked funny. Some of the CG was a little iffy in my opinion.
Yeah, I totally agree.
But it's like a comedy, so I'm like more forgiving. And the guy that played the young Han Solo in the new Solo movie is in it. Aldrin, whatever his name is or whatever. So yeah, I'm excited for that just because it kind of came out of left field. Like that just sounds funny, a little above Sesame Street for me. Like I won't go out of my way to see it, but if I am, I'm like, I'd enjoy that.
Yeah, no, same.
Yeah.
That also reminds me of another movie. I don't know if it's coming out this year, 2024, but I'm pretty sure it's this year. Would be The Machine. Have you seen the trailer for that?
I think I've heard of that. What is that again?
Okay, so there's that one comedian.
Oh, I think did you show it to me?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I think I did a while ago when I first saw it.
Can you remind me what happens in the trailer? Or just like what the concept is? Yeah.
So the comedian, I forget his name, but he had this comedy show bit that he was doing. And he's talking about when he was learning Russian in college because he like wasn't like really passing or anything like that. But it was a new program, so his professor like needed him in the class, so the professor was passing him anyway, so they could continue to teach. So the whole thing leads up to him going to like a Russian field trip, and him at the time it was like really crazy because the Russian mafia was like controlling things at the time. So he got nervous and he couldn't speak any Russian, so all he said was, "I am the machine," and then he just started drinking with all these mafia guys. Like,
oh my gosh,
like, batshit crazy stuff. And now they're doing like this comedy, like action movie based
on that, where he like goes to Russia and just like says he's the machine, and that's all he can say, and then like goes crazy with the mafia. That's pretty interesting. That'd be funny.
I think the movie is him coming back to Russia after all that happens.
Interesting.
And it's like other things happen, like politically with the mafia and all that stuff.
So jeez.
I don't know there wasn't much about like that in the trailer, but it was just funny.
Interesting. All right. I don't know when that's coming out, but yeah, that's kind of, I don't know. That's probably not top of my list at all, but yeah.
That for me is probably above Cocaine Bear. If I'm being honest.
Really? Okay. Yeah, I see that.
Yeah. You gotta watch the comedy bit. It makes it so much more holistic. Yeah.
All right. Next, this could dethrone my number one, which is Ant-Man currently. I have Mando Season 3. Are you looking more forward to Mando Season 3 or Ant-Man 3?
Mando.
Okay. It's interesting how many like sequels or like.
What if I said Mando? Like
what?
Trying to get them both in the same time, like Mant.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear. I heard you say Mando, like more effective, like firm. I was like, what? Okay. All right. Yeah. I think Mando Season 3. It's interesting. I really want some like new stuff on this list. Like we've got a lot of sequels coming out, and which is great and all because they're proven franchises that are exciting. But like, there's a lot of 3s on this list, which is just interesting to notice. March 1st, that's coming out. I'm very excited for Mando Season 3. That's my number one currently.
Same.
Yeah. Next, I feel bad for Sesame Street. We need to get some things under Sesame Street, you know? This, I don't think, will be under Sesame Street for me, at least. Next, maybe for you, but Creed 3 is coming out. That is March 3rd. And I'm honestly, I'm not huge into the Creed franchise, but I am excited because it's Michael B. Jordan directing for the first time, and it's Jonathan Majors who's playing Kang as, like, the antagonist, and I really like Jonathan Majors, so...
Yeah, no, great actors.
And he looks freaking incredible in, like, jacked for that trailer, so...
Yeah, here's the thing. At the end of the day, if I had to choose between watching stuff with Anne Hathaway,
oh my gosh, what if Anne Hathaway cameos secretly in Creed 3, but you'd miss it?
Oh, that totally. Honestly, I might put Sesame Street above that. I'm not a big boxing movie guy.
Yeah,
okay. Like the first Rocky, and then
I really like the Rocky movies. I kind of binged those when I first like discovered them or like saw the first one.
I'm more Karate Kid,
but it's interesting. What don't you like about the boxing movies? Like, you said, are you like they're repetitive? Is that what you kind of think?
Kind of, but I don't know. I don't have a personal attachment to it. Like I get like there's the drive, there's the power.
They stay
I'm getting into the fight. Yeah. But like in all seriousness, like
they devour.
It's just not a world that I like connect with per se, and it's not attractive to me visually. That's why. But on the other hand, it's funny because like I said, I'm more like a Karate Kid kind of guy because I feel like that's more like a underdog story, and I feel like that's.
I think Creed and Rocky is kind of, at least the first Rocky is the same way, like underdog story. Same with Rocky 2.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's different lights. I feel like in Rocky 2, like he kind of like, or after Rocky 1, he proved himself away, and then that went into Rocky 2. But either way,
yeah, it can be. They did kind of milk the franchise a bit at least after like the third or fourth Rocky. Yeah. But yeah, we'll see. All right, next, Shazam: Fury of the Gods. This was supposed to come out this year, or like last year, 2022. But
I honestly couldn't care less.
Yeah, that's honestly around Sesame Street tier for me. I honestly don't know what's gonna happen with Shazam in this franchise. I
still haven't seen the first one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It was like, okay. I like again that it takes place in Philly. Again, back to the Rocky roots and stuff. This is the Philly section. Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, Shazam takes place, I think, in Philly. So, yeah, it's interesting. I'm wondering, with all the James Gunn news, how Shazam's going to be impacted. Honestly, by the time this goes out, things could have changed.
Things could be different.
Maybe, yeah. Let us know
Billy
from the future.
Philly.
Well, it is Billy Batson.
That's what I'm saying. Billy and Philly.
Who's Philly? Yeah. Is that the other kid or something?
No, I'm saying Billy in
Philly. Philly. I thought there was a kid named
I thought you were making
Phil.
like a really like weird innuendo joke or something like that.
No, I just thought there was another kid named Philly. I was like, was that the other kid's name? I just didn't remember. I was like, how would you know? I don't know. All right.
Shazam gets his superpowers just... Oh my god, that's so dark. I'm not going to say
We're
that.
not going down this. Next, is John Wick Chapter 4. So this was also...
I still have not seen Chapter 3, actually.
I haven't seen any of the John Wicks, actually.
Really?
Hate me all you want, but yeah, it was supposed to be... So John Wick Chapter 4 was originally supposed to be May 2021, then got pushed back because of COVID, which it was eventually pushed back to 2022 due to the Matrix conflict in 2021 with that release date, Matrix 4. Then it got pushed to this year.
Oh, yeah, that came out.
The Matrix 4?
Yeah, when did that come out?
2020, end of 2021. It was not great. I don't know if you've seen it.
I haven't seen it.
It's not worth it really.
Really?
Yeah.
Even if it's free.
Yeah.
God damn, they ruined that.
I watched it when
sorry.
because literally when I moved here to California, it was the end of 2021, like a year ago ish, a little over a year ago, and I got COVID, and that was just out, and I watched it, and I was like, wow, even though I literally cannot go outside and do anything else, I feel like I wasted my time watching that.
God dang.
Sorry, Matrix fans, but that's just how I feel.
Well, okay, I feel like true Matrix fans probably would agree with that sentiment, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see. I don't know. Maybe for some people. Next, I have Sesame Street and Legally Blonde 3 just listed because they have no release date / or TBD 2023. Not really sure. I think it's interesting. Legally Blonde 3, I know we talked about that last year, but Mindy, the girl that played Kelly Kapoor from The Office, she is co-writing the screenplay, and I really like her work. So,
yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, so I hope that is good. If they said they want to get the script right. Yeah, the history behind Legally Blonde 3 is interesting. It was announced in 2018. It was supposed to release on Valentine's Day 2020, then got delayed to May 2020, and then COVID happened, which delayed to May 2022, and then that kind of just came and passed, and it didn't come out, and so now they're kind of like, it's up in the air, but that's below Sesame Street for me, honestly.
Yeah.
All right, next is something I have seen a trailer for, and I'm interested just to see how it does. It's called Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. It's that one with Chris Pine.
Yeah.
What do you think about this?
Pretty funny. I'm excited for it. I think it should be pretty funny and just action packed.
It visually looks pretty impressive. I think there's some good elements to it. It's like a Dungeons and Dragons. It kind of like in real life ish.
I like how D&D is like expanding beyond just the game. Like I'm pretty sure they're working on like
it's a crazy
video
franchise.
game too.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Dungeons and Dragons, the video game. That's kind of cool. I don't know.
So,
well,
yeah, that's crazy.
Speaking of video game movies, the next thing that comes out on April 7th is the Super Mario Bros. Movie, which we have gotten some trailers recently for.
I think, okay, listen, people are hating on Chris Pratt. Regardless of that, I think it's going to be an amazing movie. Whether you like his voice or not, it's going to be an amazing movie.
This wasn't really on my radar for a while, but now that it is, it's creeping up there for one of my most... not my most anticipated movie, but like up there, definitely for sure. Like one of the ones I'm really looking forward to this year, at least just to see what they do with it. Like, cause they seem to be trying to do something good with it. So
yeah.
I don't know. I'm worried though. I'm reluctant because I felt the same way with Lightyear, which is kind of similar, like animation and like it looked good, legacy character, but then kind of fell flat. So I'm hoping Mario turns a different way, you know?
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. Isn't there also a Sonic movie coming out too?
This year?
Sonic multiverse thing?
I told you about that. Sonic Prime. I think that's a Netflix like show or something. I don't know when that's coming out.
Oh. Okay, never mind that.
Yeah, you can watch that on your own time, man. Whatever you want to do, like whatever you're into, the Sonic multiverse.
No, I just saw like a TikTok about that. That's why.
Oh, really?
I thought there was like a new clip or something that came out.
I don't know. Next, this one I am hype about is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, May 5th.
Yes. Yeah.
This or Ant-Man in your mind?
This.
Yeah?
Ant-Man's going to change, again, like how multiverse is defined and how time is defined and all that. But this is going to be much more of an emotional roller coaster, which I think we need that because we haven't had that in like a while.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how they wrap up this final chapter to the Guardians. And I just love that world. Yeah, the freaking...
Who do you think is going to die?
I think they're trying to hint that it's Rocket, but I feel like it might not be Rocket. I think if they play it right, Drax's death could be very emotional, but I don't know if they will do that. Like, he could do some callback to, like, his wife or, like, some joke, but, like, that he made before, but, like, turn it heartfelt. I don't know. I think they could make something interesting out of that.
That's the thing. There's a lot of directions, because it could be Star-Lord.
They've already done Groot, I feel like, so I feel like that wouldn't have enough weight.
But here's the thing, because of the Christmas special, they could also have it be Mantis, because now there's that connection between Star-Lord and
but I feel like it would have to be one of the original Guardians. You know,
That's
she
what
was
I'm
only
saying.
in the second one. So either I feel like it's got to be Rocket or Drax. I think those are the two we're kind of between, in my mind at least.
Nah, I think it's Star-Lord or Rocket.
Really interesting. Yep. Okay. I mean, yeah, time will tell. Yeah, I'm really excited for this. I always love the songs and stuff. I think this might be towards my top for most anticipated movie.
Will this be like James Gunn's last
Marvel
thing? Yeah.
I believe so.
Dang.
You never know. But
Dang.
honestly, if he could be the bridge that connects the two universes together, and they
That's
do
it.
something.
I want Amalgam Universe, dude. I want it so bad. You know what that is?
Yeah, where they combine.
Yeah. Well, there's a couple ways that it was done in the comics. I want to see it all.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see. Next, I don't know. This isn't official. I don't think when it's been announced yet as of recording, but in early 2023 at some point is the Secret Invasion, like Nick Fury's Skrull show.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm excited for that. Any thoughts?
I hope it kind of has like a same feel, kind of like Andor. Like it doesn't need to be as intense, but I like the thriller aspect, and I think that'd be really good for a show like that.
Honestly, this next one is below Sesame Street by a lot on my list.
Ooh.
It is Fast 10. I've only seen like part of the first one, and I was like, yeah, this franchise I don't think is for me.
I don't like the franchise at all. Hate me all you want.
I feel like
the internet
Transformers, I started out hot and then like deteriorated, and I really don't like Transformers anymore, besides like what they did with Bumblebee, but just like the main Transformers line. But Fast and the Furious started there, like at that like base level bottom. So like I just have no desire. Like I think that makes sense. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that totally makes sense. I still like Transformers is still a pretty good franchise. I'm excited to see where things are going to be going in the future, because there's a new game that was announced, I think, at the Game Awards, or maybe something else. Yeah, and then there's also a new film coming out.
Rise of the Beasts.
Yeah, Rise of the Beast. I was like, it's something primal or something.
I think the trailer just came out for that.
Yeah.
It just doesn't excite me, dude. I feel like we've seen so many Transformers movies.
It just needs to be something different. What I feel like they need to do is what Michael Bay was trying to do, but like very terribly, is they need to have a world arc. Kind of like how it started off, where like the Transformers come in, like interacting with humans, but then like big like alien invasion, stuff like that, and to the point to where humanity then needs to leave Earth because of all that. But they never got to that point. They just come out trying to be like, oh, you know, now humans are making their own Transformers. Like, what the? No, gotcha. Like why is that?
When so everyone's super, no one will.
No one. Yeah.
All comes back to The Incredibles. All right, Little Mermaid is next on the list. The live action remake.
I think it's gonna be the same energy as Pinocchio.
I hope like not, dude. I hope it's better. I love Little Mermaid, like the original, so I just hope they do it justice. Like.
Well, that's the thing. You could do it justice. Pinocchio did the first one justice.
I don't know.
But because it did it justice.
It did it too, it was too justice-y. Needs to be point. More... What's the opposite of justice?
Injustice.
Injustice-y, I guess. But no, that sounds bad. Like it needs to do it justice, but do its own thing, I guess.
Add its own flair. Yeah,
and like a good flair. Like the Guillermo del Toro Pinocchio had a crazy new spin. I just don't know if Disney would do that though with their legacy characters. Like I think actually Guillermo del Toro's like story of Pinocchio I think is actually a good example of like how to take a current story and like revitalize it with like new themes and like reimagine it, just approach it from a different angle. I think the Disney live action remakes are just like recreating beat by beat everything, which might be part of the issue. I don't know. Yeah, in an effort to play it safe and stay true to their classics, I feel like that's a fault that they're running into. Is that they're not changing it up. They're not making anything that's adding something new to the story or new to the themes or new to the... I mean, yeah, it's literally what you just said. Yeah, I'm a genius. I know. Nothing new for the audience. So it's like, why would I watch this when I could go watch the original? You know what I mean? Yeah. That's literally the arguments that's being brought up. It's like, why? What's the point? I hope they don't do an Incredibles live action remake. I like... It's too pure. Like, just leave it as it is. I think they'll leave it. All right. Avatar: The Last Airbender remake. Netflix remake. Yes. That's like TBD. Yes. It's not officially 2023, but I think... Oh, it's not a remake. I thought it was its own series or whatever. No, the Netflix one is a remake. Like, they're remaking the original show. So, like... Oh, wait, no, this is the live action thing, right? Yeah, so... Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, Netflix, just for anyone that might not know. So, what happened was a couple years ago, the original creators of Avatar: The Last Airbender and Netflix partnered up to make a live action Avatar: The Last Airbender show. And... they started developing it, and then Netflix and the original creators were kind of like butting heads creatively, so the original creators left, and Netflix is still doing the live-action remake of Avatar: The Last Airbender kind of without the original creators like attached, and so that's what we're talking about. And it still seems like it might be interesting. I am just worried because I'm like hopefully like cautiously optimistic because the original creators are gone. However, the original creators are now with Nickelodeon. Back with Nickelodeon, they formed their own studio, Avatar Studios, and are making feature-length animated shows extending the original Avatar universe, so set in the original Avatar universe. So that's why there's kind of confusion between like what version we're talking about. Yeah, I don't know. I hope it's good.
I'm very worried about the live action one. Yeah, no, I agree.
I mean, the last live action remake with the original creators leaving halfway.
He's making fire from nothing? Yeah. Like they do all the time in the animation?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, let's go on the flip. So we talked about something that was really bad, the M. Night Shyamalan one. Something that's really good that, honestly, I think will be yours and my number one most anticipated. It was also our most anticipated of 2022, is Spider-Verse 2. Since it was delayed to 2023. It's the king of both years, honestly.
Dude, I am so excited for it because I've been seeing people talk about like all the different styles, like the art director or whatever is like.
Yeah.
Well, in the original movie we had like one main art style, but in this one there's going to be 6, and I'm like, oh my god, like that's going to be freaking.
I hope they're all like get the care and attention the first one did. So I just hope they do it right. I really do because I loved the first one so much.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, no matter what happens, we'll always have the first one. I just hope the second one also like is up to that caliber.
Holds up. Yeah.
All right, Pixar's Elemental, the Fire Boy and Lava Girl.
I still haven't seen.
Whatever.
Hold on.
June 16th.
Talking about this shit.
You haven't seen the trailer yet? I think you watched the trailer on a podcast before, I believe.
And I forgot it. That's how terrible it is.
What? The teaser looked okay in my mind. I don't know. I mean, I personally will see anything that Pixar produces. Like, I'm a huge fan, especially of their early work. I'm just worried.
Is this her on the subway?
Yeah. Yes, you've seen this. Yeah.
She's sniffing his armpit. She's on fire. She is the fire. That girl is on fire. Yeah.
Do you think Disney, or not Disney, do you think Pixar has stagnated and is like plateauing?
Yes.
Really?
And the reason I say that is because we're seeing animation studios like DreamWorks, like what you talked about last time with Puss in Boots, changing up animation
and
styles.
And with Sony, with Spiderverse.
Sony literally pushing the media. That's what Pixar started off doing. They were literally defining the field.
You don't think they're doing that enough anymore?
They're now in formula. They're in formula mode.
Yeah, I feel like their core is to innovate, and I still think at their core they believe that, and they believe they're doing that. Just maybe it's not coming across as much. And like, I think they might be innovating in like slightly other technical aspects that aren't like, oh, it's a crazy new visual style. I think that's so easy for us to point out because it looks just drastically different. Like Pixar might be innovating in other ways. It's just not coming across as much to the general audience. So maybe they're like in pipeline, they're innovating in certain ways, but it's just not anything that's like exciting to an audience member, you know?
Yeah, no, I totally agree. And that's the tough part about it. But at the same time, as a counter argument, if it's not coming out that it's something that feels different, something new,
then what's the point if their whole thing is innovation?
Yeah.
I get you, dude. Yeah, I don't want to accept that truth. Not that it's a truth. I don't want to accept that, but like I think they might be on the verge of that.
It's the same thing with Apple.
Really?
You had the iPhone. You had the same. Yeah, you had the iPhone. Same, or iPod when those launches came out. Wow, big, innovative, new device, yada yada. What generation of iPhone are we on now?
Like 14 or something like that?
When are we going to get something that's going to push the boundary of how we're going to be able to connect with each other?
What do you mean, Daniel? There's 3 cameras on the back.
My one camera works just fine.
Yeah, well, now you have 3 to choose from in case one breaks. All right. Yeah, no, I get you though, dude. And I'm worried because, again, by the time this goes out, Disney might have been purchased by Apple. So we never know what's going to happen. I don't know. That's been in the talks, but yeah. Anyways, this next one I think you'll be excited about. Chicken Run, Dawn of the Nugget. Remember in our DreamWorks episode, we were saying that Chicken Run isn't a franchise yet because this new movie hasn't come out. But once this one comes out in June of this year,
it'll be a franchise.
It'll be a franchise. So what are your thoughts on this sequel 23 years after the first one?
I think maybe I'll have a Top Gun moment.
Oh my gosh, you just compared Chicken Run 2 to Top Gun. I hope it's that good. Honestly, that would be incredible. If it's just like a legacy sequel as amazing as Top Gun Maverick, that I actually would think that would be amazing. I need to rewatch or just watch the first Chicken Run. I don't even know if I've seen it the whole way through.
Yeah. But you know what I mean? I feel like we have that kind of like rebound. That'd be great. Yeah.
That'd be awesome, actually. I hope that would be amazing. Next, we've got Indiana Jones 5.
I'm actually excited for this. It looks
I'm
a lot
so hyped for this
a
too.
lot better than 4.
The thing is, and I know I'm going to get flack from you and everyone, I think I need to do an episode of I watched every Indiana Jones movies for the first time, because I have not seen any of them except for half of Raiders of the Lost Ark. I think I watched all of Raiders of the Lost Ark in parts, but I haven't seen any of the ones after that. So all of my knowledge of the Indiana Jones films are Raiders of the Lost Ark, and then the Lego video game story beats. So I have a crude understanding of it, yeah.
So hold up. When I say Kali Ma,
I know
like,
that.
So I'm gaming, and okay.
I know that.
Sure.
Yeah. So despite my limited knowledge of Indiana Jones, the fact that I'm still so hype about it, and just from what I've seen of Harrison Ford, he hates Star Wars so much, and it's so tough to see that, but he is so passionate about Indiana Jones and creating a great film for the fans and something they've never seen before. That excites me. So this is
same.
Towards the top of my list.
What do you think of the de-aging?
I thought it looked good. I think we need to see it more because it was very quick, so it was tough to let it settle. Still frame looks perfect, but when it starts moving is when those types of visuals tend to break down.
To fall apart.
So I want to see it more in motion kind of thing besides these quick trailer shots, you know?
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you.
But I think it looks good from what we saw.
Yeah.
All right. Loki season 2, summer 2023.
This is going to be my most anticipated show.
Really?
Probably, actually. Yeah, I know I was saying... Well, no, what were we saying before about Mando and the other one? Mando season 3, and then what else?
The other show?
Yeah, that was Star Wars.
Bad Batch season 2.
Yeah, out of shows, this honestly trumps those.
Trumps
and here's
Mando.
why. That's tough, I know, right? But here's the thing.
Wow.
Mando had his, he had a big action arc. Season 2, he achieved his goal of getting Grogu taken care of, but then, got him back, and now they're off in their Naboo starfighter, right? And doing whatever God knows what. But so now it's just kind of just okay, they're starting a new thing, right? But the thing with Loki too is we already know we left off somewhere super immensely impactful.
So this is kind of like Mando 2, his big arc is about to start for Loki. Yeah, I get you. Okay. I understand that. I get that. And I just love the vibe of the TVA and just the world they built for Loki. So I'm also
Plus
very excited
Owen
for
Wilson.
this one. Yeah, we need to have Mobius on his jet ski. That's the most anticipated,
Yes!
most anticipated moment of 2023 is that scene happening. Yeah.
It's he's in the soul, inside a soul gem. Oh my god, that'd be so freaking funny.
Inside
a soul
what?
gem or something inside a soul gem. When
Oh yeah.
Tony got
he has to throw a jet ski off for Red Skull to give him the soul stone.
But no, he's inside the gem. He's oh, it's finally time. Wow.
Yeah. Oh, dude. I hope that happens so much. Even if it's the end post-credit scene of episode of the last episode, whatever it is.
You know that one time they were scrolling through the different types of Lokis?
Yeah.
They'll do that for him, but there's going to be the one of him
all of them
he's-
except for him are on a jet ski or something.
Yeah.
I've got to be sad, actually. Yeah. But yeah, no, I'm excited for that. I met some of the artists that worked on the first Loki because my company worked on the first Loki. So yeah, I'm really excited to see what they do with season 2.
Yeah.
What Marvel does with season 2.
I feel they gotta clean up how they explain, even with how they did with Endgame, they still kind of need to explain how they're defining timelines versus multiverse stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I hope that they clear that up. That could also be in Quantumania. You never know. That could be what that does.
Yep. All right. So next we've got Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1. So this is Part 1 of the Tom Cruise finale of the 2-part finale for Mission Impossible. That's coming out July 14th.
Is this the finale?
I think this is Part 1 of the finale. I think it is. Yeah.
Is it really though?
I don't know, dude. I'm not Tom Cruise.
How many Mission Impossible movies have there been?
A lot.
And why is Tom Cruise not aged in any of them? Oh yes,
he's aged in some of them. Yeah. I'm excited for this one. I have kind of joined the Mission Impossible train a little late, but I joined it I think with 1 or 2 ago, and I thought they were pretty good. So, and I think Brad Bird did the third Mission Impossible that was pretty good. So, yeah, I'm interested to see this one. It's not anything crazy on my list. Kind of a mid. A little higher than Sesame Street, maybe. I'd watch that over... If Sesame Street and Mission Impossible were in this theater, I'd definitely go see Mission Impossible, I think, over Sesame Street, if I'm being completely honest. But yeah. Daniel's not so sure.
For me.
Wow. Well, especially seeing what he did with Top Gun. If he does that care and attention with Mission Impossible as this send-off, I'm
then
excited
yes,
for that.
then I would go see that. But like, at a certain point, I feel like a series needs to die at a certain point.
It's dying. It's there. It's a send off, Daniel.
But you just said it yourself though. It is dying. Just
no, I'm
it
saying I meant
die.
it's the send off. Oh
let
my
it
gosh.
let it be dead.
It's
They're
already
done.
dead. All right. Next, we've got a Christopher Nolan one. I think it's called Oppenheimer. I think it's like about the story of like the atomic. What?
You said Oppenheimer.
What? Oh, sorry, Oppenheimer. What is it?
I'm pretty sure it's Oppenheimer.
Okay.
Sorry. I imagine like a German guy opening something, and I'm like, what the heck is
that's
that?
what it is. That's the whole movie. It's a German guy just opening something for 2 hours. No, it's I think it's about like the story of the first atomic bomb being made or something. And I mean, I love Christopher Nolan, so I will 100% see it. Yeah. All right. But it's nothing like not top of my list or anything, but yeah. Next, we've got the most anticipated movie of 2023, Margot Robbie in Barbie. Drop the mic. We can end the podcast. See you later. What do you think about this?
Ryan Gosling as Ken.
You don't like him as Ken?
No. I'm saying that's a perfect fit.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
Wow. I had a discussion today at breakfast with some people that thought otherwise, but
really, why?
Yeah, they think he's like a little like they don't like the dyed hair, and also he's like slightly older and like not as attractive as everyone claims him to be. But I don't know. I'll leave that open to discussion.
I think that honestly, that argument adds to it to why he's a better fit because I'm seeing it as an ironic comedy.
Oh, okay.
So that kind of works out.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Wait. Also, Oppenheimer. Is it Oppenheimer? I want to make sure I'm pronouncing this correctly now. You made me self-conscious, Daniel. Thanks a lot. You're right. Oppenheimer. My bad.
Yeah.
So Oppenheimer and Barbie go out the same weekend. So that's going to be some competition.
You saying we're going to nuke Barbie?
No. No, I'm just saying that they're going to compete with each other. I'm curious how that would go. We should go like dressed up in like Oppenheimer like gear, like something that like makes us look like we're going to go see it, and then be like film, not like Nazi gear or anything, but like I'm saying like dress up as like, I don't know, like Christopher Nolan-esque stuff. Something that hints that we're going to that, and then be like, "What?
We're actually going to Barbie."
Yeah, we're like 2 tickets for Oppenheimer. No, actually, we're seeing Barbie. All right.
No, I think I know what you're like. I've seen people do that for like Batman, like last year, where they like dress up as Batman, and, like 2 tickets, please. And you're like, for what movie? And then he just looks down. He's like,
Uncharted. Next, we've got the Marvels. Scheduled to release July 28th, which is I think Captain Marvel 2 with
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Not anticipating that too much.
It's happening.
Yeah.
Wink 104.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see. I don't know. This next one I'm actually really excited for. It is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, which is the one that Seth Rogen is producing. The Seth Rogen TMNT project.
Is that like live action, animated? What is it?
I believe it's animated. I'm not entirely sure. I really like what Seth Rogen's done. He's been a producer on a lot recently. Like he produced The Boys. Like he was one of the like lead producers on The Boys, I believe, along with a lot of other projects. Like I know he started out and like has this reputation for comedy, but I feel like he's done a lot in like superhero genres and just has a good eye for that kind of stuff, especially what he did on Corridor Crew. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm actually really excited for that. I feel like TMNT is at a good pace where it's like, it's not like Transformers where it's like every 2 years we get one or something like that. Like I feel like there's enough space between the TMNTs where I have a chance to breathe and be like, yeah, I could see another TMNT movie, you know?
Yeah, I just hope I feel like they gotta get to a point though that they stop like rehashing it and they get something that's like solid. You know what I mean?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Toads instead of turtles.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Toads.
Yeah. TMNT versus TMNT. Yeah. All right.
That'd
Next.
be funny. Oh my god, that reminds me of those old books, like those old child books. There's like Frog and Toad or something like that.
Oh my gosh, I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking
Imagine
about?
just
Like,
Raphael comes in, slices him up.
Oh my god, his
Cowabunga,
little
dude.
hat just like falls off.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, next we've got some superhero stuff again. We've got Blue Beetle, which is the.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah, the suit looks pretty good from the leaked photos I saw, set photos. And then it's the guy from Cobra Kai. I like that actor a lot. Next, we've also got Kraven the Hunter, which is, again, Aaron Taylor Johnson, who was
Sony
that guy
or or Marvel?
I believe it's Sony, which worries me.
Yeah.
Sony does so good with Spiderverse.
It's so weird. It's so
but live
their
action,
animated stuff, they're killing it. But live action, you're just like
they're killing it, but in a bad way.
Yeah.
I hope it's good. I don't know. I like Aaron Taylor Johnson, so I guess we'll see.
He comes over to MCU. He finds Quicksilver, and he's just like,
yeah,
how'd that happen?
I think Kraven's an interesting character. So
yeah.
Well,
that's the thing. I feel like they gotta do him right because he's also very tragic.
Yeah. Next, Dune 2. I think this honestly might be one of my most anticipated ones. Again, Dune. Yeah, I really like the first Dune. Honestly, I need to rewatch it. I don't know why. I just really like the first Dune, and
same. It's very stylized, and I think it captures the world.
Greg Fraser, my man, that cinematographer. Yeah. So I'm excited for that sequel. Left the story open ended. All right. Not much else to say. Would you say that's below Spider-Verse for you, of course?
Below Spider-Verse, but still above Sesame Treat by like a long shot.
Sesame Treat.
Yeah, Street. Yeah, I can't speak. I'm on like 4 hours of sleep.
What's your number 2 right now?
My number 2, probably Dune, honestly.
Probably Dune. Dune 2 is number 2. 2 is Dune 2, not Loki 2 or Indiana Jones 5.
Okay. If we're talking
Chicken
about
Run
shows too, if we're talking about shows, then it'd be Spider-Verse and then Loki, honestly.
Okay. Not Guardians
Mando,
3.
And then Dune, and then Guardians.
Dune. I just spit when I did that. All right. Next, honestly, Mario. I just want to say Mario is pretty up there on my list. The more I think about it, I'm like really excited for that movie.
It's tough because like I have different lists for different categories, right? Like I have my movies, I have my shows, I have the animation stuff. So yeah.
All right. Next, well, if you want to add to your animation, this might top the cake. Trolls 3 is dropping November 17th, Daniel. The new Sesame Street, maybe? Justin Timberlake in there?
Maybe. What do you say it like new Sesame Street? Maybe.
You're just like, don't drag Sesame Street's name through the mud like that.
You can't do that, man. It's not right.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited for that. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not excited for that. I don't know why I even said that. Yeah, my baby cousin really likes the Trolls franchise. That's below Sesame Street for me. If it's between Trolls and Sesame Street, definitely gonna see Anne Hathaway.
Oh, definitely.
Next, we've got The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds. So this is the story of President Snow when he's young. So it's Cornelius Snow. This is the synopsis. Cornelius Snow mentors and develops feelings for the female District 12 tribute during the 10th Hunger Games. I think that could be interesting.
You want my honest opinion?
What? Below or above Sesame Street?
Probably above it, but that's maybe on par. I'll say it's on par.
What about Barbie?
Below. Here's the thing. If there's a group of us guys together, we're going to go see it as a meme, then it's above.
Wait, see what above? Wait, what's above?
Barbie.
Barbie's above Ballad of Hunger Games?
Probably.
Honestly, I think maybe. I think you're right. You've swayed me, I think. I don't know. Yeah, I just feel like we've been so out of Hunger Games. Like, that wasn't really a franchise I was like craving more.
Movies.
Oh, really? That wasn't really a franchise I was like craving content from. I don't know. I'm excited. I hope it is good. Like, I think it could be good. It's unproven right now, you know?
I feel like I've gotten all the core points of the movies and the
Even though
books.
you haven't seen them all.
From the trailers. Honestly.
Okay.
It's Katniss Everdeen. She goes to the Hunger Games to save her sister from having to be volunteer. I volunteered to save you. Oh,
wow.
Look,
was that
my homeboy?
Was that Jennifer Lawrence on the podcast? Special appearance herself? Wow.
But no, that's Katniss Everdeen. Jennifer Lawrence is a great actress. But anywho, oh look, my homeboy over here is dressed as Bark. Oh, now there's a drone. There's Amazon giving me some supplies. Great.
I thought you were saying Barf, like the guy from Spaceballs. Like, what's your name? Barf. Your full name. Barf. Falamule.
And then later on, it's just her, like, okay, now she's in the Cool Kids Club. Oh, the Cool Kids.
Okay, yes, Daniel. We don't have to rehash all of Hunger Games.
But that's literally what it is. That's all it is. And I'm just like, okay, it's whatever.
Yeah. Next, we've got some. These aren't officially confirmed when the release dates are happening. It just says TBD, probably late 2023, and that is the Star Wars shows, The Acolyte and Ahsoka. I am very much looking forward to both of those.
Yes.
We talked about The Acolyte a lot. Ahsoka, like Matt said on our podcast a few weeks ago, is like about Ahsoka after episode 6, hunting after Thrawn, like where he went, and Ezra after Rebels. Yeah, so
I want that a lot.
I think if done right, that's gonna be good.
Agreed.
All right, This next one I actually was like just randomly found. I'd not heard about this till I started researching for this episode. It's called Spaceless. It is directed by. It's coming out December 15th, so like pretty much exactly a year, almost another year, but from when we're recording this at least. But so Gore Verbinski is directing it, and he's also the director that directed Rango and also the first 3 Pirates of the Caribbean movies. But this is his project, and the synopsis is: a man wakes up inside a spacesuit, tumbling helplessly through space with a computer designed to keep him company until his air runs out, trying to solve the mystery of his death. I think that sounds pretty interesting. I don't know if they do it right. It could be a cool
do it right, yeah.
thing. Otherwise, it's just a guy talking to himself.
I could see that getting very boring very quick.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know, but we'll see.
Maybe there's like a debris that's going by, and he's got to like, I don't know, like swim over to it somehow.
It's just Dory. That's the voice. It's Ellen DeGeneres in his head. Just keep swimming.
Oh God.
Just keep swimming. For 2 hours. Yeah.
Yeah.
So last couple here, we've got Wonka, December 15th. That is
Wonka.
Yeah, that's so Timothée Chalamet is playing like a young Willy Wonka. I think that could be good, honestly. I like his work.
Was it like him starting the factory and getting the Oompa Loompas?
Kidnapping Oompa, I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
it'd be cool to see.
lot.
Maybe it's a story of like why he decides to shut down the factory. Maybe it gets into some like psychological torment there and like people going after his recipe constantly. And I don't know. It could be interesting. I don't know.
Crabs.
Yeah.
Trying to get a secret formula.
Yeah, it's Plankton. It's literally just Plankton and Mr. Krabs, but in Willy Wonka, and it's actually like Charlie's grandfather. It's like the secret agent or something. I don't know. All right. Next, last one on this list is Aquaman 2, December 25th. Was on the most anticipated movies of 2022 list, but delayed so much and is now the end of 2023.
I'm not anticipating it.
Wouldn't be surprised if it moved to 2024. I don't know.
Yeah.
With James Gunn's new plan and everything.
I'm sorry. Okay, here's the thing. Aquaman is just a lame freaking superhero, dude. It's lame. Oh, look at me. I can swim. Oh, look at me. I can talk to fish.
Dale's just jealous that he can't swim or talk to fish.
I'm like, oh my God. Oh, I have extra strength. Whoop-de freaking do. So does like half the people in the universe, apparently. And then all this extra drama with Amber Heard and all that BS, like, it brings it down even further for me. I
feel bad for the filmmakers and people that are pouring their like heart into this movie and then
I
are
feel
gonna
that
be diminished because of the Amber Heard controversy. Like that really is unfortunate for them.
That does suck.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it also was a just shitty character.
Okay. All right. That is all the movies of 2023. We've gone through them all and shows and stuff. Or at least not all of them, obviously, but like the main ones. Any that we forgot, Daniel, that you wanted to mention?
Nope. Again, my brain empty.
All right. Let us know in the comments if we forgot any. But let's go through and now give our top 3 each. This isn't like a draft, but just like for all of these movies and shows, like what are your top 3 that you're just most anticipating?
Again, probably Spiderverse, Loki, Season 2, and Dune.
And Dune 2, okay. I think mine's going to be... I'm going to go reverse order just like for suspense. But I think my number 3 is The Acolyte. I've been very vocal about how pumped I am about this. I just really hope it's good. It's something new. And finally, out of the Skywalker saga, High Republic era stuff. Yeah, so that's my number 3.
Yeah.
Number 2, I have Dune 2 as well. I loved Dune 1. Denis Villeneuve and Greg Fraser. Good pairing, I think. Number 1, the Sesame Street movie. I'm just kidding. No, I think it's probably Spider-Verse 2. I mean, not probably. It is Spider-Verse 2.
Yeah.
So Spider-Verse 2, Dune 2, Acolyte. Yeah. I mean, I feel like there's a good lineup this year. Like there was a lot that
same.
I was excited about. I just hope it lives up to the hype, you know?
Yep. Totally agreed.
All right.
Do you have a quirky query?
I didn't know about Quirky Query until like a few hours ago. So like what is it? Quirky Query is the new segment.
Is that what you called it? I forget if that was the name of it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's what it was. Quirky Queries.
Okay, so is it like a would you rather?
I'm asking you, do you want to come up with one quick, or do you want me to?
Sure, let's come up with one. Or you can come up with one if you have one. I don't have any, no.
Okay, last time was kind of open-ended.
Yeah,
right?
I like those, yeah.
So I feel like we gotta stick with that. So let me ask this. If you were Aquaman, what fluid would you be able to breathe? No, I don't know.
What?
Because he breathes
besides
underwater.
water? Can you say so besides water?
Yeah.
Oh, no, honestly, I have an answer for this. I would do, in the Chocolate World ride at Hershey Park, There's the molten chocolate.
Yes!
I would swing through that and just be able to consume it like all the time.
Oh my god!
That's my
Dude,
answer.
that's
100%.
genius. That is so genius.
Oh my gosh! Now I'm sad that I can't do that. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna go back to my last quirky query from last week. What gene would you want to be spliced with? I'd choose a fish gene, so I have gills, but I'd augment it so it's chocolate that I can swim through. I don't know.
Oh, that's so funny.
What would your answer
that's so
be?
Point. I can't top that. But here's the thing, though, right? Technically, if you say that, that means you could potentially also breathe other liquids too, like milk, if it's milk chocolate or whatever, right? Right?
What other cases would you be in submerged in liquid besides just water though?
Okay, but here's the thing.
Actually, water would be clutch for bobbing for apples. You could just be in there forever.
I think if you're not on Earth, that'd be better. And if you're able to breathe, I don't know, if you're on Venus, you gotta breathe sulfuric acid or whatever the heck
Wow,
the
what a lame
pools
answer. Mine was chocolate, and you're like, actually, scientifically.
I went full science mode. I wasn't even thinking that, dude. That was such a good answer.
Thank you.
Oh my god.
All right, so you say sulfuric acid.
No, I'm saying chocolate. I'm saying chocolate all the way.
Okay. All right, ready for TTTT?
Yeah.
Did you know that Tangled was almost called Rapunzel? The movie Tangled was almost called Rapunzel.
It's about Rapunzel.
Yeah.
So, why did they change that?
So I know that it's obvious that seems obvious, but there was actually a huge debate across Disney on whether the film should be titled Rapunzel or something else. Ed Catmull, the newly appointed president of Disney Animation at the time, thought the film should be called Rapunzel because it honored the classic Disney fairy tale film traditions like Snow White and Sleeping Beauty. But the marketing team and the directors of the film thought they should name it something different so young boys and parents wouldn't think this was just another princess movie for little girls. Because ultimately, The Princess and the Frog helped make the decision to move away from the title Rapunzel. They had a similar conversation when the film title was being chosen for that movie and decided to include princess in the title, like Princess and the Frog, despite the marketing team's concerns. The film ultimately did not perform well, partly due to the name, but also partly because it opened the same weekend as Avatar, which was the highest grossing movie ever.
Yeah, it's kind of tough.
And since the Rapunzel movie focused on two protagonists, Rapunzel and Flynn Rider, with their journeys intertwining, they decided to go with the title Tangled, and that it made sense. And it actually became Disney's first #1 film opening in over a decade. So I think it worked.
And that's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy how far a name will get you.
Yeah. All right. Ready for the draft?
Yeah.
So last week we did the movies of 2022. Now we're doing shows of 2022. So you are first this week, my friend, for the drafting of shows of 2022.
I have to start off with Andor. If I gave you Andor, I'd be pissed.
Honestly, I'm going to do an unconventional pick. I'm doing Light and Magic. I really liked Light and Magic and how it inspired me, with filmmaking and stuff, and just the story of ILM. I'm not even mad. My favorite show of last year.
All right. I really didn't watch many shows outside of Star Wars stuff. That's the thing. So I'm probably just going to say I watched the Baymax shorts. That was kind of funny.
You can choose that if you want.
I'm not going to. I'm going to say...
Tales of the Jedi?
Yeah, Tales of the Jedi.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's a great pick, honestly. That's the spectacle and Count Dooku's story. I'm not okay giving you that, but if I have to. My number 2 is actually going to be Stranger Things 4. I really liked it.
Yeah, go ahead. Take that.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I really liked it, and I'm excited to see what they do with season 5. We're going different teams here, but I think that's okay.
Well, no, Moon Knight was last year, right?
Yeah.
So Moon Knight.
Choosing Moon Knight.
Love Moon Knight.
That's fair. Yeah. I like what they did with that as well. My number 3. Yeah, my number 3. I'm choosing The Boys season 3. This show is so awesome, dude. So unique.
Dude, I gotta watch it.
Superhero market, you do. So I'm okay.
You need to watch Indiana Jones.
Yes, I know. We have things we both need to watch. I'm not making excuses though. You are. I'm just kidding. You are. You're up.
Yeah, let's say Kenobi.
Yeah. What do you like about Kenobi?
It's Kenobi. How can you not like? It's Obi-Wan.
Our boy Ewan. Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was really good.
Cool. All right, my next one. Peacemaker. Early last year but I really liked John Cena in it, and it laid the groundwork for James Gunn to take over for DC. So
Okay.
can't complain.
I got you. When did Invincible come out? That wasn't last year.
That was not last year.
It's been out. Yeah, it's been out for a while. I saw it for the first time
Oh, you did?
last year. Yeah. Well, 2022.
Right.
Yeah.
I really liked Invincible, honestly. I like J.K. Simmons
loved
in
it so
pretty much
much.
everything.
Yeah.
Your last one.
I'll say She-Hulk. As much as I
She-Hulk.
like,
Oh,
as much as I like working on
okay.
Miss Marvel, I think I'd prefer to watch She-Hulk over Miss Marvel, if I'm being honest.
wow, interesting. Now, I don't know if a lot of
Yeah.
people would agree with you, but that is totally fair. Your own preference. I'm choosing Rings of Power. Visual
I still haven't even finished it.
spectacle. Yeah, I'm not a huge Tolkien super fan, so the inconsistencies.
I like how you say Tolkien.
Tolkien.
Yeah.
How do you
Sounds like
pronounce
saying
it?
Tall King.
J.R.R. Tol. I think it's Tolkien.
Tolkien.
It is
Oppenheimer-
Tolkien. I'm correct.
Wait, really?
Yeah,
I've always heard it said Tolkien.
Tolkien is how Google is saying it. Because
I
it's
feel like Google's also-
low Prussian origin and probably means son/descendant of Tolk. Yeah. All right. But yeah.
That actually reminds me a little history that I learned the other day.
Yeah.
So my last name's Cardona.
Doxing.
Right?
Daniel. Yep.
That name goes back ancient. And this is also where Tolkien started getting a lot of his origins for names and stuff like that. So there's the castle in Spain called Castle Cardona or whatever. There's a whole section.
That's
about
cool.
it.
You have your own
And-
castle, bro. Why don't you invite me over?
Well,
What the heck?
I'm not main lineage.
You look like a
so
king
it's-
there with your pelt around your neck.
But here's the thing. We are related to Aragon.
You are?
Yeah.
Cool.
So it's just funny, just the bloodline. So that's funny how that connects. So I'm technically
Good job,
related to the
Daniel.
origins of how
Nice.
Tolkien got those origins. So it's kind of funny.
Awesome. All right. Well, on that note, my king, are you ready for patron shoutouts?
Yeah, hit me with them.
Cue Epic Stars music. Boosh, we've got patron Lori, Frank, Rick, Lisa, Evan, Tony. Thank you so much for pledging the tier that gets you this shout out. If you'd like to support us over on Patreon, link is down in the description. You get the audio episode early, special benefits, cool perks, all that jazz, and more. Thank you seriously, sincerely to our patron supporters, and Happy New Year to you and everyone. All right. Are you ready for cool comments?
Yeah, what do we got?
I actually didn't have one prepared. Zach Henry on our Has Disney Failed George Lucas episode commented, amazing podcast like usual. I definitely agree that Disney did not fail George Lucas. Thank you, Zach. Glad you agree. I definitely think they have let him down in some aspects, but most aspects, I think they're doing best they can.
Doing good.
And I mean,
Let's just not talk about movies and we'll be good.
Jedi Survivor stuff. Yeah, we haven't. That stuff's
dude,
coming out.
I didn't even see the new leaks on that or the new stuff on
The
that.
new trailer, yeah.
Yeah,
I haven't either
yet.
yet. 'Cause it just came out when we were recording this, but
yeah.
So I'm excited for that. I got to finish Fallen Order still before that comes out.
Oh
but
my god, my guy.
yeah.
Oh
All right.
my god.
Ready for the introduction?
Yeah, tell me when.
When?
We just talked about what we want to talk about, and now we're done.
Thank you sincerely so much to everyone for joining us this episode. Happy 2023. We will be back
Happy New Year.
next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye.